Not having Kanan here has been a lot. I feel like I'm reaching out for something that I can't quite get to. And it hurts. Everything I've done for him. I don't care what nobody got to say about it.
So this was an exclusive clip released for Season 2, Episode 9. And earlier in the week, I broke down some of the main issues Rock has surrounding the Italians, Scrappy's mom, Detective Burke, but they all pale in comparison to the one she cares about the most, her relationship with Kanan. Because much like in this scene, she says everything she's ever done is to protect Kanan. And although we can still argue she values power in the streets more than her relationship with her own son, there are definitely arguments for both perspectives. And there actually are some things I agree with Rock in this clip, and there are some things which I disagree with.
When you gotta make life or death decisions for your child, you alone. Ain't nowhere to turn. Ain't nobody there to tell you what to do, so you do what you think is right.
And she's not wrong with having to make life or death situations for Kanan every single day. And we do need to look at the other perspective. Rock is a single mother, and salute to all the single mothers out there, because I know you have to play both the role of a mother and a father. And so this is probably part of the reason why Rock has this tough aura about herself. She not only has to protect Kanan, but she's a provider for Marvin, Lou, and Jukebox, and so she feels the need to command respect in the streets. But this respect also transfers down to the rest of the Thomases, as well as Kanan. Hence why she said he was DEFCON's son, not Howard's, because both of them would lose all respect in the streets, and the streets would have swallowed them up, for Rock sleeping with a cop and being a CI, and for Kanan being the son of a cop. But Rock definitely feels her from Kanan leaving. Every single evening she used to bring him a glass of milk, just like the good old days in Season 1. But for the first time, she looked at Kanan's bed and it was empty. And for all of Rock's attempts to buy a new house, it will never be a home. But let's not get it twisted. All of these issues that Rock has are self-inflicted. She really should have stopped lying ages ago, and she had the chance to be open and honest with Kanan at the Catskills, but she didn't. Something which she also said in this scene was the calls you make for your baby today, they'll still be hitting hard in 20 years from now. And let's have a look at one of the calls she did make. She chose to put a gun in Kanan's hand, having him pull the trigger on his own father. And what kind of mother asks her son to do that? She should have sent Kanan far, far away, either to go and live with Virginia, with Aunt Deb, or his grandma, away from the chaos in Queens. But again, she didn't. She made that call, and we all know how it impacted Kanan over the summer period, as well as for the rest of his life. So Rock really is a worst own enemy. It's always her way and only her way, and very rarely she takes advice from anyone, especially when it comes to raising her own son. She's always telling those around her, never get in between me and Kanan. And now look where it's got her. She's gonna end up all alone in this big house. And not only is Kanan gonna leave her, I can see Juke, Marvin, and Lou all eventually turning. But let's have a look at this relationship with Rock and Juke, because this conversation is a throwback to when Juke was actually a kid, when they used to have their girly talks back in the day.
My house is your house, baby. You used to live here, remember that? We just curl up on the couch and talk all night. Been a minute since we had one of those talks.
Now, Jukebox grew up under Rock's roof, and Rock was more of a mother than Kenya ever was. But she also knows Rock is a liar, and she's done some fucked up shit, and asked Kanan to do a lot of ill shit for her own gain. And albeit this clip is short, we don't hear Juke say a word, it's all Rock. But I do wonder whether we could see Juke getting into the family business. In Season 1, she said she doesn't fuck with what Marvin's into, but now we're gonna see Juke somewhat mend her relationship with her father. We also know Rock is expanding into DC and Baltimore, and Jukebox eventually moved to DC, where she then became a cop. And I do wonder if any of those decisions were influenced by Rock or Marvin. Although when we were introduced to Juke in Power, she was a dirty cop who wasn't in the game as such, but more so used her power in law enforcement to pull licks. But let's see how this relationship develops, not just between Kanan and Rock, but also Jukebox. But that's a breakdown of Rock's talk with Jukebox and how she's feeling hurt from losing Kanan, a relationship which in my opinion is broken beyond repair. So drop all your thoughts down below on this conversation between Juke and Rock. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.